So that cut is done, and I'm just going to use my scroll up arrow to go back just slightly, and now I'm going to scroll to the left or scroll down on my lampshade, because now I'm going to be cutting my 4-inch butterfly. So let's adjust our size for 4 inches. And the 4-inch butterfly is the one that it's got the, not tail, but kind of like the flight pattern behind it. It's on page 51. And so you can see this is what I'm talking about here. So I'm gonna just hit that butterfly. And I'm on 4 inches. And then I just press cut. Unload my paper. And then I'm just going to peel off my butterfly cutouts, because we're actually going to, now you can certainly leave these plain if you want to, but I felt like they needed just a little bit extra something in order to stand out, especially, they stand out really well if the light is behind them, but if the light is, if you're just in a regular, in the room and it's daytime, they don't really stand out that well. So I'm going to be working with a couple of different things, and this is totally, you know, your preference. I've got this Glimmer Mist, and I don't know if you've worked with this. It's by Tattered Angels. We are one of the only retailers that carries it. This happens to be the fully purple. And the cool thing about this is that when you spray it on, you can see in the bottom here, this glimmer, shimmery stuff is collected at the bottom. So when I spray it on, it's going to give my paper a really nice little shimmer, and it's a really cool effect. The other thing that we can use to kind of decorate these butterflies are the stickles. You can use the Susie Weinberg ones, which have a little bling in them. This one that I'll be using today is called Diamond. So I'm going to show you first how to use the Glimmer Mist. Actually, this comes in about 37 different colors, and I think it's about $5.99 a bottle. In this bottle, there are 400 squirts. So if you purchase one of these, it will probably last you a lifetime. And we just saw it a lot at the CHA show. Everybody wanted to know about it. And also, they're coming out with new Halloween and fall colors, which is really nice. So I'm just going to spray my butterfly. And get them nice and saturated so I can see that glimmer on there. And then the nice thing about the Glimmer Mist is that you can use a heat tool in order to dry your shape off. So once your shape is dry, you can really start to see the effect of the Glimmer Mist. It's very shimmery and pretty. This would be perfect for a little girl's room that loves purple. And I know quite a few myself, so I'm sure you do. So then after we're done with these Glimmer Mist, and once you can cut out all 3 of your lampshade pieces at one time, and you can Glimmer Mist the group all at once, so that you don't have to do that over and over again. Then with some of the other shapes, you can use your diamond stickles and just kind of trace those lines where the Cricut made those little cuts. And I would just continue to do this until all my lines were covered with stickles. And cut along the traced line that I made for myself. I'm ready to lay out my different panels, and as you can see on our previous version, our original version, this where the ribbon is running is covering the seam. So from this point all the way over to here is one panel, and I've got all my butterflies and all their wings put up I've got them stuck to the adhesive, but their wings are turned up. So I'm just going to, in order to get that look, I'm just going to come back to my plain lampshade here, and I'm going to just line up my cut version and press it down. And because this is adhesive, it sticks, which is so, so nice. So you just want to push all of your little butterfly parts down. And depending on the lampshade is also man-made, as is your craft. So you may have a little excess that hangs over the edge on the inside, and you can just trim that off with scissors once you get all of your pieces laid out. So then I would just continue to lay my second panel here and overlap a little bit. You might have to run a piece of tacky tape on the layer that you're putting down so that you can seal this seam right here. And then you just take some of your favorite craft ribbon, just like this one here, and you'd put a piece of tacky tape on one end and just kind of wrap it around the edge here, and then run it all the way down and tacky tape it on the underside as well. And then once you get all those pieces put on, then you can start applying your butterflies. So I'm just going to take this one here that we put that stickles on, and it's not quite dry yet, so I'm trying to be very careful with him. And I'm just going to bend his wings up slightly and then match him with his outline and stick his body down. It's not as easy. There you go. It's not as easy doing it backwards as it is if I had it facing me. So, and then when the lamp comes on, that light will kind of shine through underneath his wings. So here is our glimmer misted one. And I'm just going to bend his wings up here a little bit, line him up, and stick his body part down. And then you can also stick down that little tail end or his flight pattern. And then I would have my other panel here, so you wouldn't see this seam right here. And you can have some laying flat, some more popped up than others. This guy, I didn't really do anything to him, and you can just kind of stick him down, and even though you really didn't do that much to him, he's still cut out, so the light will still kind of shine out around him. And then once you get that everything put on, you can, we went to our favorite craft and hobby store and bought some of this little jeweled trim, which is very girly and feminine, and we just kind of put it along the edge here. We ran a piece of tacky tape along. You can also put this on before you put your panels down, and then that would also kind of cover, if you didn't want this little satin ribbon part to show, it would cover that up. There are many of the things that we use today that you can buy on our website. The Tinkerbell Cricut cartridge we love. It's got very cute girly things on it. So this was perfect for a project like this. We didn't necessarily have to be making something that was Disney related. We've also created this little Ben's Room lampshade using the Walk in My Garden Cricut cartridge. Perfect for a little boy's room, but a more advanced project. Both of these cut files will be available on our website, so please visit customcrops.com for those. And also, if you have any questions regarding this project today, you can send us an email or call our customer service 800 number. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.